Welcome. I'm Jessica Hess, Program Coordinator of Surveying Technology. Today we'll be talking about an important aspect of surveying, determining directions. To ensure our surveying methods are accurate, we often need to know the directions of lines and other features. We use azimuths and bearings to describe directions. The units of the numbers are in degrees, minutes, seconds. Even though azimuths and bearings look different, they're just two different ways to describe the same thing. Azimuths range in size from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. They are measured clockwise around a full circle. They do not contain any letters in the measurement. They cannot be negative and cannot be larger than 360 degrees. If a value appears negative, we calculate it incorrectly. If a value appears larger than 360 degrees, we need to subtract 360 degrees. Bearings range in size from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. They are measured east or west, away from north or south. They contain letters of N, S, E, and W in the measurement. They cannot be negative and cannot be larger than 90 degrees. If they are, we've calculated incorrectly. Lines can have forward and backward directions depending on which way you're looking or traveling along the line. For azimuths, to reverse the direction of a line, we simply add or subtract 180 degrees. If the starting direction is less than 180 degrees, we add. If the starting direction is greater than 180 degrees, then we subtract. We call this direction reversal of back azimuth. For bearings, we simply change the letters to their opposite direction. If we want to add more lines to an existing line, an angle has to be measured. We need 3 items to determine the direction of the new line. A direction for a reference starting line. This is the existing line we have to work with. A direction of turning away from the starting line. In surveying, that is to the right. An angular distance for the amount turned. This is also in degrees, minutes, seconds, and will only range between 0 degrees to 360 degrees. We begin by looking back along the reference line. Make sure the line direction is pointing away from you. We then turn to the right and add the angular distance to the direction of the reference line. Make adjustments to the resulting direction, if necessary. Remember, 0 degrees to 360 degrees is good. Greater than 360 degrees or negative numbers are bad. We repeat this process for additional lines. Move forward to the beginning of the next line. Look backwards along the new reference line and calculate its back azimuth or the reverse direction of the line. Turn to the right and add the angular distance for the new line. Make adjustments to the results if needed. Azimuths and bearings can be converted from one form to the other. Draw your line of interest into the appropriate conversion chart, with the starting point at the center of the compass. Then apply the calculation from the quadrant where your line is located. For example, converting from an azimuth of 120 degrees to a bearing requires subtracting the azimuth value from 180 degrees and adding the appropriate cardinal direction designation to obtain south 60 degrees east. And if we wanted to convert a bearing of south 40 degrees west to an azimuth, we would drop the letters and add the bearing value to 180 degrees to obtain 220 degrees. For conversions in the northeast quadrant, no calculations are needed. You simply add or take away the cardinal direction designations as needed. Here are some things to remember. Azimuth values only range from 0 degrees to 360 degrees, contain no letters, and are measured clockwise. Bearing values only range from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, contain letters, and are measured away from either north or south. To determine the direction of a new line, we need a starting reference line with known direction, to turn in a rightward direction, and add the angular value to the starting direction. Thank you for joining me for working with directions in surveying. Look for our other educational videos to learn more about surveying.